chat. Draft chat. Draft chat. Draft chat. Draft chat. Draft chat. Draft chat. All right. 1 week, boys. 1 week away.
1 week.
The NFL draft is upon us. Everybody's still talking about the Giants, Shedeur Sanders. What are we going to do? Travis Hunter. Let's talk about some of these other guys that are like first rounders that nobody's mentioned really much. Like, what's going to happen with this running back, Ashton Genty, the kid from the man amongst boys from Boise State that is just running all over people. And I know it's Boise State.
But he's little.
He's little? Are we talking hand size? He's a beast, though, man. Like the way he runs is violent, and it's not like he wants contact like he's Mike Allstott. He's got moves for days, but if he gets stuck up in between two guys that are trying to take right shoulder, left shoulder, he'll blow right through them.
5'9", probably 230.
Love that. I actually love that.
Yeah.
Maurice Jones-Drew, one of the smallest running backs in the history of the game. His low center of gravity and the way he could hide behind offensive linemen, man, I think the shorter running back is...
My generation loved Joe Morris.
That's a good one.
I love Joe Morris.
One.
That's a good one.
Barry Sanders was not the tallest dude.
No, but Barry had eyes in the back of his head.
I don't want to compare Gente to Barry Sanders. I don't. I'm just saying.
That's not fair to either one. But this cat, he likes to try to run people over. That's not good in the NFL. Yeah. Avoid contact if you can.
So, and it's always been a thing to, I guess, not to draft a running back first round. And how much the Giant fan yelled at Gettleman for the Saquon pick. See how that turned out?
I'll tell you what, man. He was great coming out of Penn State, though, man.
He was, but so was Ash. Now, Saquon played a different caliber of ball. Ashton Genty, let's be real, man. Boise State's not playing Michigan. Boise State's not playing Ohio State. He's playing a lesser caliber of ball, but
with a lesser line though in front of him, wouldn't you say?
That's true. That's true, and everybody knew he was getting the ball 30 times. Like, if you were game planning for Boise State, you have a middle linebacker monster package on Ashton Genty at all times. So it was tough for him, but still, like, you want to get these running backs. You want to get good running backs before they hit that contract, that first deal. And if you can get a guy and capitalize with him and you already have the rest of the pieces surrounding you.
There's a team at 12 that could use a running back.
Who's at 12?
Cowboys. Is that too early?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, Bengals let go of Joe Mixon. Wouldn't be bad to get another one.
It's valuable, and you can run it off run the contract like you guys are talking about.
I thought this year proved it. I mean, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon,
Henry
Saquon Barkley.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, I thought that everybody
they brought him back.
Right. Like, I don't know, man. I think if you're going to need something to help your passing game out, Ashton Genty as a running back could really be that guy. But the 12th pick, I don't know.
A little early.
I don't know.
But the Cowboys are desperate, man. When you're looking up the Eagles. Now I really think you're looking up at the Commanders. Oh, yeah. So I look at the Cowboys as third best in that team. You got an injured quarterback coming back. Your running game's been suspect the last couple of years. You let Pollard basically leave. I mean, I don't know.
He is better than Omarion Hampton, the kid from North Carolina. We did not get to see because he sat out of the Fenway Bowl. But that's, Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. People know that as well. We watched him play a bunch. They played 16 games, and I think all of them were nationally televised, so you should know who that guy is. But he also had Judkins, and that's your fourth spot as far as best available running backs. I just think that there's a big drop-off between Ashton Genty and the rest of the field at running back, that this guy might be worth the first-round try at that position. I'd be willing to take that gamble if I'm the Cowboys. I'd take that gamble. Plus, a guy that can be a superstar that you don't have to pay in 3 years. That's just what the Cowboys are.
And that's the problem. And you kind of hit on it too, though. I mean, listen, North Carolina's not playing some of these teams. Like the two guys from Ohio State, I take more of a look at than some of these guys from like Arizona State, Kansas State, as far as running backs go.
Yeah,
that guy they've played against pro teams already.
Yeah,
so they've had to play. The Big Ten, the SEC. If you're getting a running back out of there, you're getting a pretty decent guy.
How about the tight end position? We got a couple of tight ends from the Big Ten that are going to go pretty early. The kid from Penn State, speaking of the school, Tyler Warren.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
Awesome.
He is the number one tight end on the list. Some people have him as a top 5 pick in the NFL
6'6",
draft.
256, but I watched this guy a lot last year. Great hands as well.
Yeah.
He's probably a really good blocker.
Yeah.
But again, Big Ten player. Like a Saquon Barkley, he's well coached.
I'm wondering, too, like they have Colston Loveland. A lot of mock drafts have that tight end from Michigan as just as high, if not higher, than Tyler Warren. And I'm wondering, when you are in the same position as a guy, that's a specialty position. I mean, there's really only one tight end on the field. Sometimes people roll out there with 2. God forbid you roll out there with 3 in a goal line package. That happens. But when you have 2, is that hurt your draft stock? Because if I'm a team, well, I can wait on that position because there's 2 really good ones. Until that other one gets picked, then I'm going to start to panic. Or should you go out and get them if you want them?
I think you should go out and get them, although I've looked at the first 3 guys. Colston Loveland from Michigan, he is 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
Elijah Arroyo from Miami, he's 6'5", 250. I mean...
You got to be.
Mason Taylor, 6'5", 250. These guys are like tackles. They're forget the fact that they're tight ends. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
Every one of these guys is big. The Terrence Ferguson from Oregon, your first 5 tight ends in the draft, best available, are all 6'5", 250 or 6'6", 250.
I really think in football in high school that kids are realizing, first of all, I think offensive coordinators are realizing the value of that position.
Right.
Kids are realizing that is a glamorous position now. I think back in the day, like tight end may have been a demotion to some kids that were wanted to be receivers, and that like an offensive lineman thrown out there wasn't expected to run seam routes or run any kind of curls or be any part of the offense other than the pop pass or the hot route. Other than that, you're blocking. I just think high school football has really produced better tight ends over the last couple of years. I think there was a drought about 4 or 5 years ago. But people want to be like Gronk. People want to be like Travis Kelce. And those guys are catching more balls than most receivers, getting paid like receivers, and catching touchdowns like receivers. So I'm excited to see some of these transitional guys like the Coastal Carolina basketball player playing for the Carolina Panthers. But we've seen that before, man. They've just been making better tight ends, I think, in high school.
Listen, I go back to the 80s with Billy Joe Dupree on Dallas. I mean, they're huge. But let's just start with the 90s. Jay Novacek to Jason Witten, okay, to Dalton Schultz. Now you got Jake Ferguson.
Your guys have always had good tight ends.
Yes, and they got good hands on third down and short. They're good blockers. I just think you want to win, you got to have a good tight end to go along with the running back quarterback deal. That guy has to be some. I mean, look at Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Look at Kittle. Look at some of these guys. I mean, they are good because when you're in a pinch, you could throw it over the middle for 10, or you could throw it over the middle for a first down, and that guy's not going to wuss out, and he's going to take the hit, and he's going to catch the football.
I believe they're the biggest mismatch left in the NFL. In the NFL, but all sports, but really the NFL. The NFL is tough to find mismatches because everyone can run 4.4s. Everyone's bigger, stronger, faster. But the tight end that can beat a linebacker in a 40, and the tight end that can bowl over a safety on a one-on-one, that is the mismatch still left. And I thought Belichick got it with Gronk and Hernandez. Like when he figured out the little wrinkle that he could do with his offense with the tight end position, a lot of people copied that, and I think people are still copying that. And you're right, man. Like Kelsey, he's kept everything afloat for Kansas City. I thought Goddard for Washington was huge for them.
All right, Brock Bowers had 112 catches last year.
Yeah.
Trey McBride, Arizona, 111 catches last year. I mean, those aren't even like the two guys we just talked about. I mean, they're huge. Jonnu Smith, this guy, he had 88 catches last year, 8 touchdowns. They're dependable. I like having a dependable guy.
Always heard from coaches that God didn't make enough tight ends. Right? That they're the best person on the team. That they're the guy that you want your daughter to date. They're the blocker. They're the protector, and they're the sure hand guy. And
I don't know anymore, though. See, when now that the spotlight has come along, and you've got the biggest singer in the world hooking up with a tight end, I think everybody's like, yeah, I want to be a tight end.
Well, she knows he's dependable.
Saying, yeah. See? Same with Gronkster.
He's not going to drop her.
Same with Gronk.
That's right, Gronkowski, dependable.
I don't think, and even in that, Kurt, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get into the tight end's head, to let it all go to his head. Like the Gronkster, he never really let it go to his head, Like he still was there every day. He still was doing whatever Tommy asked him to do.
Right, but
whatever.
The evolution
Came out of retirement.
Right.
Came out of retirement for his boy.
Oh, I hear you, Kurt. I think they're getting more famous.
Think about the pick. Go back and watch film and look at the position of Mike Ditka as a tight end.
Oh, I hear you. They're wearing
He
more
ain't touching the ball
wristbands.
much.
They're wearing more wristbands than ever. But I think back then, it was more about a blocking scheme for them. It was more about like, we're going to sneak one over to the tight end. It was never like Ditka is going to run. He's going to split out, and he's going to run a corner route and mesh with a post route on the outside. It was just like a one-route scenario.
Yep.
Hey, these guys are blitzing. We're going to hit it over the top with the pop pass of the tight end. Now, like even so, Kurt, it takes Taylor Swift, the biggest pop star in the world, to try to corrupt a tight end, and she still hasn't completely got him.
Yeah, I mean, look at some of these names: Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates,
best dudes in the world.
Oh yeah,
Best
Jeremy
dudes in the
Shockey if you're a Giants fan.
I forgot about Shockey, but Antonio
Dave
Gates
Casper
should have been
for the
MVP
Raiders when I was growing up.
Yeah,
Yep.
Casper. I'm a big Pete Metzelaars fan. You guys remember Metzelaars?
Kinda.
He was the Buffalo Bills tight end for a little while.
Wow, way to pull that one out. Frank Wycheck,
Oh, Wycheck, hell yeah!
Russ Francis from the Patriots was awesome.
Find me a tight end I don't like. Well, we do have that one guy.
Well, Todd Heap.
Oh, Heap, get out of here, Heap.
Heap, get out of here. Somebody from. I'm going to tell him on you. You guys suck.
That's fine.
I know, it's fine.
There's a bunch of gems, though, man. I'm wondering, after we get through Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, there are a lot of great players that I think are going to be huge gets for teams in the first round that nobody's really mentioning yet.
All right, let's do Dibbles and Bits next. Aaron Rodgers said on Pat McAfee today how much he would play for, and it's not that much money.
All right.
He's just unsure. So let's talk about some of these smaller stories out there going on. It's the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive. Kirk Kaplan on the ones and twos, and Nick Federico is on our YouTube channel. Look it up.
91 South.